Right now, live at 5, an online petition in Duluth is asking city leaders to close the Skyline Parkway and 7 Bridges area to traffic, what's driving safety concerns in the area. And for the second day in a row, the U.S. set a record for new coronavirus cases with more than 52,000 new infections reported. How elected officials are reacting during the holiday weekend. And with that holiday weekend here, a few tips to keep yourself and your pets safe with all the fireworks going on.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Lake Superior as we head into this 4th of July weekend. If you're planning to grill out or hit the lake this weekend, we have some health tips you'll want to be aware of. Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. Summer is the time of year for outdoor enthusiasts to get out and hit the trails around Duluth. But locals are asking the city of Duluth to make changes to one popular area where safety is a big concern. CBS3's Emma Quinn has more on the bridge that residents are asking to be closed off to traffic.
Those in the Lakeside and Lester Park neighborhoods are petitioning to have the Skyline Parkway and 7 Bridges closed to traffic for safety concerns. Residents in the area are calling on Duluth city leaders to block the bridge from the lower parking lot, from the bird observatory to vehicles. According to the online petition, there is an excessive amount of cars speeding on the bridge, which poses a safety concern for those walking, biking, and hiking the nearby trails.
Knowing that the road is closed, I don't have to worry about the cars screaming by with the little ones. They're pretty good bikers, so we manage fine if it's open, but I wouldn't be sad if it was closed.
Okay. Petition organizers say during a time of social distancing, a closed bridge would allow for more people to exercise on the bridge, which it was used for when it was closed during the winter. The bridge was reopened in March. As of Friday morning, the online petition has over 50 signatures. Organizers are hoping to get at least 100.
And coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from residents who say they want the bridge to stay open to cars. Well, within the last hour, we are learning that Superior made the decision to cancel their 4th of July fireworks show. City reps made the decision due to the recent rise in the number of COVID cases in Douglas County. They consulted state and local health officials when making the decision. People were being encouraged to stay in or near their cars during the show, but the city says they could not guarantee everyone's safety. Duluth is not holding a fireworks show either. Meanwhile, another bar in Superior has voluntarily closed their doors due to COVID concerns. The Choo Choo Bar and Grill posted on Facebook today saying they will be closing Saturday. They'll stay closed until they feel it's safe to reopen for their employees and customers. Wisconsin state health officials say a recent spike in cases is likely traced back to bars and restaurants. The Choo Choo Bar joins Charlie Brown's, the Tipsy Beaver, and President's Bar in temporarily closing due to COVID-19 tracing. Meanwhile, coronavirus infections are rising in 40 states. This is another daily record was set with more than 52,000 new cases in one day. Governors from coast to coast are urging people to take precautions and stay home during the traditionally busy 4th of July weekend. Chris Martinez has the latest from Los Angeles.
Coronavirus cases in Florida continue to skyrocket. The state recorded nearly 9,500 new cases over the past 24 hours, its 3rd highest tally since the pandemic started.
It's absolutely the saddest thing, the most unnecessary situation that we're finding ourselves in, and it's behaviorally driven.
A curfew goes into effect tonight at 10 p.m. in Miami-Dade, Florida's most populated county. In Texas, face masks are now mandatory in many areas. Hospitals are stretching their ICU capacity.
We're seeing a surge in young people who are really just not paying any regard to the risk of this.
Do we really have to say hashtag don't kill grandma? People have to realize there are consequences to getting infected and spreading it to people who are vulnerable. They can die.
Cases are up nearly 50% here in California over the past 2 weeks. Several cities are fining people who don't wear masks. The state just banned singing or chanting in places of worship, and most beaches are off limits. That's not stopping some from heading into the surf.
I'll take the 98% chance of living my life, and I think a lot of people will.
Today, Major League Baseball announced it's canceling this month's 2020 All-Star Game set for Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles.
The 12-time champion of the world, Joey Chestnut!
And the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest will go on in New York tomorrow, but with only a third of the normal number of contestants at an undisclosed location and no live audience.
Officials say it will be a few weeks before they'll know how many people contracted the virus over this holiday weekend. 2 squad cars were destroyed during a fire on the Iron Range. According to Virginia Mayor Larry Cuffey Jr., a squad car caught fire inside the building around 11:20 this morning. He said the fire spread to another squad, destroying both vehicles, including all the equipment and weapons inside. The garage attachment is part of City Hall. Mayor Cuffey said City Hall is closed for the holiday weekend and no one was inside, but the building did receive some smoke damage. Officials are still working to determine an exact cause. A man is in custody following a hit and run in downtown Duluth involving multiple vehicles. Duluth police responded to a call just before 9 o'clock this morning at the intersection of 2nd Avenue East and 3rd Street. When they arrived, they found the suspect's car collided with several other vehicles. The driver then fled on foot. Authorities say a passenger in the suspect's car then took over driving and collided with additional vehicles. The 21-year-old passenger who took over driving was located and arrested by police. He's facing charges of driving while impaired and hit and run. The initial driver has not been located at this time. All right, let's go over to the weather with Caitlin Moffitt, who's filling in for Dave. Caitlin, another 90-degree day today.
It is hot and humid.
Yes.
So we've got some nice heat on the way for the 4th of July weekend, folks to kind of get out and enjoy. But of course, be careful because it is very, very hot. We don't typically see these warm temperatures several days in a row. We did hit 90 at about 11 o'clock this morning in Duluth. We're now at 86 up on the hill. 70 down by the lake. Temperatures cooled off just a few degrees, but heat indexes. So this is what it actually feels like. We still have several areas in those low to mid 90s. Bemidji still feeling like 94 degrees. 86 degrees up on the hill and 70 down here by the lake. Dew points all in those mid to upper 60s and even some 70s like Ashland. So when you get into those 60s and even low 70s, it becomes very sticky and kind of noticeable that the humidity is there. And the heat and the humidity is going to hang around for the rest of the weekend. We've got a few showers developing south of Duluth, just kind of going through areas like Solon Springs into Hayward. Very light scattered showers possible just from how hot it is this afternoon and into this evening. But for the 4th of July, we're looking at another beautiful afternoon. So I'll have those details coming up later on in the forecast.
Thanks, Caitlin. Still to come on Live at 5, the school district in Ashland is looking for feedback when it comes to sending kids back to school this fall. City by City's next. And coming up tonight at 6, how area residents are celebrating the 4th of July during COVID-19.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's happiest moments when everyone has a spot. Even Spot. It's BOGO time at Schneiderman's. Buy one item and get another half off during the 4th of July sale at Schneiderman's Furniture.
Twin Ports Collision Repair is open for business. We're taking all of the necessary social distancing precautions to help keep you safe. We will also sanitize your vehicle and all loaner vehicles before and after service. Call us today or visit us online to set up your appointment.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host. And the stars love it too.
You're so good!
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live Local CBS3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Duluth's downtown waterfront district is starting to reopen. Our small, locally owned businesses have hope. They're excited to safely serve you, and most of all, they miss you. Now is the time to show your support and invest in buying locally. When you support a local business owner and their employees, your dollars stay in our community, right where they belong. It gives a jump start to our economy when it's needed more than ever. We can do this. Let's show our love for downtown Duluth small businesses. Together, we are stronger.
Bonjour and Dinaway Maganadug. Hello, all my relatives. I'm Dr. Arnie Vinio, and I live in Duluth, and I love Duluth and the surrounding communities. Keeping COVID-19 from spreading is going to depend on all of us. Washing our hands frequently, keeping social distance, staying home if you can, and wearing a face mask is important. We need to keep our elders and those most vulnerable safe. This is about respect This is about love.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's peaceful moments. 8 hours at a time. Save up to $200 on our new Beauty Rest Harmony Luxe mattress sets. Plus, get a 365-night trial only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Bayfield, Wisconsin on this beautiful and hot 4th of July weekend. Caitlin Moffitt will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's see what's happening around the region. An outpouring of community support in Hibbing, plus parents give their feedback on sending their kids back to school this fall in Ashland. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. The Ashland School District is asking for parents' feedback on the best way to get kids back to school this fall as COVID-19 cases continue to rise nationwide. The district sent a survey to students' homes to be filled out and submitted by parents. It is asking parents to give their views on restarting in-person education this fall. It is also asking for parents' feedback on distance learning approach taken by the school district. The survey was sent out in May and has already produced 700 responses. Moving into Minnesota, a recreational trail is kicking up dust for the Carleton County Board. During the June 22nd Commissioners meeting, residents of Moose Lake brought forward their concerns regarding the Sioux Line Recreation Trail. The trail attracts ATV and dirt bike enthusiasts from around the state. Moose Lake residents say they are sick of the constant noise and dust from the trail's use. The board is now moving forward with an ordinance change that would put a cap on the hours of operation for the trail. And on the Iron Range, the Hibbing community is rallying around a local girl after a crash last month left her with 2 broken legs and wheelchair-bound for the next few months. 8-year-old Rose was severely injured when she was hit by a FedEx truck last month while riding her bicycle. Since then, an outpouring of love and support from the people of Hibbing has helped her on the road to recovery. On Saturday, local volunteers helped the family by installing a new ramp at the young girl's home. A GoFundMe has also been set up to help pay for hospital expenses. You can find that link on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, how to keep your pets stress-free during the explosive holiday celebrations.
And the hot and humid weather will continue not only through the holiday weekend, but into your extended. Those details coming up next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. We are excited about the reopening of our economy, so in celebration, I'm extending our special financing offer until the end of July. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years, so you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer ends July 31st, so call us today or go online to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service and down to earth price.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100 and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Dude, you gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
West Outlet is open for business. Now save up to 40% off store-wide.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
So it's been another very hot day across the Northland. Duluth has now hit its consecutive second day where we saw 90 degrees or greater. We got to 92 up on the hill, 82 down by the lake. Several other areas were all in those 90s. Now, if we can hit 90 degrees tomorrow in Duluth up on the hill, that would be 3 days in a row, and that would be considered a heat wave. We might hit 90 degrees up on the hill tomorrow, and if that's the case, we will see our first heat wave in several years. We haven't seen consecutive 90-degree days for the first time since 2015. Then we saw our last 90-degree day in 2018. So we've definitely been warmer, much warmer this year. We've got a few cells popping up just south of Duluth and just west of Duluth. But if I zoom in a little bit closer here, you'll see with these hot temperatures, there's a lot of instability in the air. So a few of these cells are capable of producing just a quick passing shower just north of Shamrock. You can see there those rain showers moving through really quickly here. Nothing, though, is warned, and we're not expecting anything as of that through the rest of the night. So just some calm conditions, pretty dry overnight, and as we head into the 4th of July, we'll see this shortwave kind of approach from our north and west. That brings in a chance for showers and thunderstorms to our northern and western counties through the day on Saturday. By Duluth, we're not looking at a shower or thunderstorm until about after sunset hours, if that even reaches us by that time. 90 degrees up on the hill as we're forecasting another warm weekend. The humidity stays with us for Sunday. We've got a low pressure to our south. That shortwave continues to move across the region Sunday. That increases our cloud cover. Temperature still well above average in those 87 degrees. 20% chance as that shortwave continues to pass through, bringing a chance for showers and thunderstorms. And then by Monday, we've got that low pressure working its way into the region with a cold front. That brings in a better chance for a widespread shower and thunderstorm through the afternoon. Still warm, very muggy. 86 degrees for your high on Monday. So timing out for you here overnight tonight by 4 o'clock. You'll notice you see some gray kind of over Lake Superior and then kind of moving its way into the head of the lakes area. That's actually showing some fog. So we will see fog develop closer to the lake. We're not looking at fog developing inland, but just closer to the lake. And then by Saturday afternoon, plenty of sunshine to start for your 4th of July weekend. You'll notice off to our north and west, though, that's that short wave bringing in some showers and thunderstorms. And it's just going to be kind of scattered and dissipate, of course, as it approaches Lake Superior. So off and on showers and thunderstorms Saturday into Sunday morning. We'll see more clouds Sunday through the day, and then that next system kind of approaches from our west yet again into Monday. So your timing here for the 4th of July, looking at 7 o'clock, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures really climb by the afternoon, 90 degrees by 4 o'clock. We'll see increasing cloud cover by the overnight. Chance of showers could arrive around 8, 9 o'clock in Duluth, but a very quick passing shower. Temperatures tonight, though, very mild in nature, 64 up on the hill, 62 down by the lake. Winds will be very calm tonight and into your tomorrow as we see temperatures climb back up into the 90s for most of the region. Of course, by the lake, it will be a little bit cooler. But otherwise, Tony, the entire 7-day forecast is all above average. I mean, we got another 90-degree possible and then all upper 80s. So this hot weather isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, this looks like a good week to maybe take off from work and just go post up at a cabin, start the grill, and just sit there.
Yes, be sure of sunscreen, though, because this sun, I mean, you can get burned pretty quickly with the UV index.
Sure can.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Yep.
Well, with many of us spending more time outdoors during the pandemic to maintain social distancing, health experts are reminding everyone about the importance of food safety if you're picnicking or barbecuing. Laura Podesta has more on how to prevent getting sick.
Sherry Kenny is preparing a barbecue feast with her husband.
I grill. He gets the gas for me, but I'm the one who loves to be out here.
She says most days of spring and summer you can find her grilling.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, and I do some shish kebabs.
While this time of year is popular for picnics and cookouts, health officials caution foodborne illnesses spike in part from the hotter temperatures.
There's bacteria in the food, and even if you cook it, we have what we call spore-forming bacteria, and so it survives the heat, and these can start growing. And so at a higher temperature, the bacteria grow much faster, so your risk increases.
Dr. Mindy Brashears oversees food safety at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. She says keep foods cold until you're ready to cook them and use a food thermometer to make sure meats are cooked to the right internal temperature.
Don't rely on color. Color is a poor indicator. So use that thermometer, make sure it's cooked, and then put it on a clean surface, a clean plate, or other cutting board or something before you bring it in to serve.
And once you're done eating, get everything back into the fridge quickly.
If you're outside and it's like 90 degrees, the bacteria grow even faster. So we say get it back inside within an hour.
Sherry does all the food prep inside the house and pays attention to cross-contamination.
Cutting boards have to be very, very clean. You don't put meat where you put vegetables. That's a big no.
She says a safely prepared dinner makes everything more delicious.
The CDC estimates 48 million people get sick every year from foodborne diseases in the U.S. and 3,000 people die. 4th of July fireworks might be a fun part of the holiday weekend for humans, but it's also very stressful for your pets. The loud bangs and booms, screeching sounds, and bright flashes of light can be terrifying for many pets. Dr. Kelly Powell with Doherty Veterinarian Clinics in Duluth says if you don't want to use a sedative, you can instead put pets in the bathroom, play music, and keep them away from windows. She says most importantly, it helps if you stay calm during fireworks.
Important for the owner to just reassure in a non-threatening, calm voice, you know, it's okay, it's fine, and not to get worked up, and not to feed into the dog's anxiety.
Dr. Powell says if you know your pet will be terrified, talk to your vet about using a medication to keep them calm over the weekend. In other pet news, it's the time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Area Rescue in Hibbing. Meet Daisy. She's a 1-year-old yellow lab mix with big, beautiful eyes. She can be a little shy at first, but once she warms up to you, she is all love. Daisy loves to run and has a lot of energy, so you'll want to keep a close eye on her once you get her home. She can be a little bit anxious, so she would do best with owners who are home a lot to help keep her calm. She will need to be spayed before she can leave, but if you would like to adopt Daisy, you can set up an appointment by calling the number on your screen. Still to come, how police in Superior are finding ways to connect with the community they serve.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
Work, school, grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, the gym, to the airport to pick up loved ones, to the kids' soccer games, piano lessons, out for movie night, to hear your favorite band in the city, over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and on last year's amazing road trip. Your vehicle takes you so many places. Protect it. When you leave your vehicle, remember to always take your keys or key fob with you and lock the doors. If you suspect auto theft, contact the National Insurance Crime Bureau at 1-800-TEL-NICB. That's 1-800-TEL-NICB, or visit our website at www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Duluth's downtown waterfront district is starting to reopen. Our small, locally owned businesses have hope. They're excited to safely serve you, and most of all, they miss you. Now is the time to show your support and invest in buying locally. When you support a local business owner and their employees, your dollars stay in our community, right where they belong. It gives a jump start to our economy when it's needed more than ever. We can do this. Let's show our love for downtown Duluth small businesses. Together, we are stronger.
Our Northland may not have the longest severe weather season, but it does come around every now and then. I'm hoping folks will keep an eye to the sky and on Channel 3 here this summer. If severe weather threatens, Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffat, and I will keep our eyes glued to the radar. We'll break in if you need to hear about the latest storm developments. We'll work together to keep our region safe.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS3.
When news happens, CBS3 is there. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news.
Anytime, day or night, more cases of the coronavirus are popping up across the Northland.
The only confirmed cases in northeastern Minnesota.
Do not go shopping today unless you absolutely must. Do not collect any supplies or equipment unless you absolutely need it today.
The Northland has seen its first coronavirus-related death.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, tune to CBS3.
My
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
One Superior police officer is stepping up in the wake of George Floyd's death. At an event today at Superior's Tower Fit, city police worked to bridge the gap in community relations. Ronald Robinson, a patrol officer, created Bridge the Gap after witnessing a disconnect between citizens and law enforcement. The idea is to create a stronger relationship between the two. Robinson began planning meet and greets as a way for people to get to know their local police.
If we don't inspire actual change or change how we do our job for the better for the citizens, then it's kind of a failure. So the ultimate goal is to actually have change, but it starts with the communication.
The event also collected donations for the Ruth House. Robinson says citizens should be on the lookout for more events throughout the summer. Duluth's fire chief is warning about the dangers dry conditions can have when lighting off fireworks. Chief Sean Creuset says with the unseasonably dry weather, setting off fireworks can lead to quick fires. He says aerial fireworks are the most dangerous as the sparks fall in a wide range. Right now, he says one of the biggest concerns is how dry grass and trees are.
It's really dangerous when it's dry and especially when it's brown. And if you see pine needles that are brown, you know, that's not in every case, of course, but usually that's an indication that the stuff is really dried out, the fuel is dried out, and it'll light really easily.
The fire chief says the most important thing you can do is be aware of your surroundings and respectful towards your community. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar will lead the 59th Presidential Inaugural Committee. Klobuchar is a ranking member of the Rules Committee. She'll serve on the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies and speak at the inauguration. She'll be joined by Senators Mitch McConnell and Roy Blunt and Representatives Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, and Kevin McCarthy. Klobuchar says it's an honor to serve on the committee. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host. What? And the stars love it too.
You're so good!
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on live, local CBS3. When breaking news happened in your neighborhood, CBS3 was there.
They came out to stand up against racial inequality and demand that more is done.
Duluth Police Department forced to make arrests and deploy tear gas as protests began to get out of hand in the early morning hours.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
We see you as you sit behind the wheel of your truck. We see you shake out the nerves before you pick up your hammer, your scissors, your pots and pans. As you find new ways to keep the lights on and put the pieces back together, we see you. As you straighten the rows, keep your customers safe, and crunch the numbers, we see you. As you head back to work, we see you. You've got this. We're open to help you reopen. Visit bbb.org.
Bonjour and hello all my relatives. I'm Dr. Arnie Bainio, and I live in Duluth, and I love Duluth and the surrounding communities. Keeping COVID-19 from spreading is going to depend on all of us. Washing our hands frequently, keeping social distance, staying home if you can, and wearing a face mask is important. We need to keep our elders and those most vulnerable safe. This is about respect. This is about love.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at a very busy Canal Park as we head into the holiday weekend. Before we head out for the day, let's take a quick look at today's top stories and a peek at what's coming up tonight at 6. Those in the Lakeside and Lester Park neighborhoods are petitioning to close East Skyline and 7 bridges to traffic due to safety concerns. Residents in the area are calling on Duluth city leaders to block the bridge from the lower parking lot to the bird observatory to vehicles. According to an online petition, there is an excessive amount of cars speeding on the bridge. Meanwhile, according to Virginia Mayor Larry Cuffey Jr., a squad car caught fire from inside the police garage at around 11:20 this morning. He said the fire spread to another squad car, destroying both vehicles, including all the equipment and weapons inside. The garage attachment is part of City Hall. Mayor Cuffey said the building is closed for the holiday weekend and nobody was inside, but the building did receive some smoke damage. And coming up tonight at 6, 4th of July weekend is here and it's looking to be a hot one. In the midst of a pandemic, though, we wanted to see how people were planning to celebrate this year. CBS 3's photojournalist Wyatt Buckner went to Brighton Beach to hear what people had to say. We'll have that story tonight at 6. Before then, we'll get a last look at the weather. Caitlin, another hot one out there today.
Yes, another hot one and another hot day expected for your 4th of July. So if you're planning to be outside, take the proper precautions and, of course, be careful with those fireworks. We've got very dry conditions, very warm conditions expected again tomorrow. 90 degrees for your high in the Twin Ports, and several places inland could be in those 90s once again. So plenty of sunshine, a few chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the evening hours. Just with how hot it is in the extended forecast, we're in for a very long outlook of hot and humid temperatures. The humidity stays with us through much of the forecast, unfortunately, as well as those upper 80s. A few rounds of showers from Monday into Tuesday, but otherwise a very dry week. And here's what that the outlook looks like after the 7-day forecast. So once again, we're still in that red, still warmer than average, so plenty of warm days ahead.
Drink lots of water. That's your news at 5. The evening news is next, and we'll see you back here in about a half hour.